It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, we'll see the Washington Wizards playing against the New Orleans Pelicans at Smoothie King Center. Well, for the Pelicans, they've been hoping to make a little more progress this year than they have so far. Still in 10th place in the West, no significant improvement over last season. And Shaq, we're coming up to the halfway point of the season. Some teams finally getting into a groove after a somewhat shaky start.
Yeah, every year is different. Sometimes it takes a little longer to figure out. But what's most important is you get hot at the right time.
Oh, that's right. I agree with that. And you have to have a lot of experience on your team, and those guys know how to pace themselves, and you can just kind of relax. Quality veterans won't allow the season to be a sprint. It's a marathon.
Tip-off coming up shortly. It's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And it's the Wizards on the road for this one with an interconference game today. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. The Pelicans hoping for a happy ending to close out their homestand before hitting the road. Facing off here against a very talented ball club, guys. This is a tremendous chance for them to put all their skill and talent on display.
And I think for New Orleans, they've basically lived up to the expectations so far this season. And that's not really good news for their fan base, because those expectations only had them on the brink of the playoffs.
Unfortunately, those expectations were right on the money. They just weren't ready to join that elite group of teams at the top of this league. And they're still in the playoff picture, and we all know anything can happen in the postseason.
And now Washington's starting group. Wall and Beal, the incredible backcourt tandem. Porter and Morris, the duo at forward. And it's Gortat in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Davis. Gortat with the block. And it's out of bounds. They They say it was last touched by Gortat. Here's Cunningham, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. And the All-Star game getting closer every day. The league made a switch to have a longer break. Brent, I think the players really like that change and more time off.
Maybe not the players who appear at the All-Star game,
right,
but certainly, Kevin, the players who are in the All-Star weekend are getting some longer times on the beaches in some of the exotic locations where they go to refresh.
And it's got to make for a better product in the long run.
I think it does. I think it allows guys to just spend a little bit of time with their families, refocus themselves, so the extra days seem to be helping.
They get the rebound. Gortat, a strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Yeah, where's the box out? That's a mistake that is easily preventable with some fundamentals.
Here is Cunningham. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Here's Davis. The second chance effort. Washington with the rebound. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, the point's not hard to come by for them, that's for sure. I'd have surrendered too if I was trying to defend against that potent attack.
So it's Washington now. Clock at 6. From deep, Wall.
Well, some credit to Holiday there on the defensive end. Hand up to contest the shot.
Hill passes to Holiday. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And again, New Orleans has no luck. The Wizards have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Scott Brooks did have a few minutes before the game tonight. Said the key to this game is how much they can limit the quality looks inside. He said when you're playing a team like this, you don't stand a chance if you give them easy shots down low. We'll see who wins that battle, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Good chance you're getting to phase 2 of your defense here as you make adjustments to try and cool him down.
And here is Davis following the three-pointer by John Wall. Here's Hill. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. The Wizards with the lead. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Morris a screen. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, a lot of people can make the claim that they are the fastest in the league, but I think John Wall has the best case. I mean, both in the half court and end to end. I mean, this guy has blistering speed. And you factor that in with the athleticism and the handle. I mean, he can make other players look like they're playing in cement shoes out on the floor.
And so John Wall nails both of them. And you know, Greg, one of the things that strikes you about Wall, it isn't just his running speed. His quickness is off the charts. He is very, very quick.
I mean, the ground Wall can cover with his speed and quickness is staggering. As soon as the defender starts backpedaling, with Wall coming at him, game over.
Wow, Hield has a beautiful release on his shot right there, just barely off of his fingertips and buttery soft.
Now here's Wall. He had 19 points in the win against Atlanta.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
Here's Davis. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
I mean, it's hard not to notice how many ways Anthony Davis can affect a game. Offense, defense. I mean, it's a very short list of deficiencies in his game. Rim protection, rebounding, mobility, spacing, now adding the three-point shot, a transcendent player.
And Davis more of a face-up offensive weapon than an old-school back-to-the-basket big man.
Well, this is where the league is going, Kevin, but I still think Anthony Davis is going to be most effective when he gets the ball on the left block, one dribble away, where teams are unable to defend him with a single guy. They bring the double team, and he's quick to the basket. So much more potential to tap into.
And one of the big issues for the Wizards is making sure they stay fiery on the defensive end. When this team, Greg, gets in trouble, more often than not, it's because they get sloppy on D.
Yeah, and that can hurt them at times when they don't bother to challenge shooters or miss a rotation. That's when things start to go south. How far this team goes depends on how far their defense will take them.
And Beal kicks to Gortat.
He just doesn't seem to be himself shooting the ball right now, guys. Just looks a tad bit uneasy, and that's affecting the result.
Holiday against Wall. The shot by Holiday, no good. Washington's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. To the inside. Morris dishes the Wall. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Wall's got 10 points.
He's getting anything he wants out there. He has this look in his eyes that says, nobody's going to stop me, not tonight.
Wall against Holiday. And he uses the glass on the layup. Holiday's got his first points of the night.
Holiday looking comfortable there when he gets in close.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Shoots the three. The shot, no good. And New Orleans will come the other way. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, the point's not hard to come by for them, that's for sure. I'd have surrendered too if I was trying to defend against that potent attack.
Now here's Wall. Following the shot by Drew Holiday. Puts it up from 12. Morris, no good. New Orleans in the lead. Healed with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. It's stolen by Morris. Wall wide open. Again, the miss by Wall. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Cunningham.
And Cunningham is just an athletic big man who knows how to get to the free throw line. And for the Pelicans, the way that their roster is constructed, they can play big or small. The question is which lineup works best. They have players who are great at one end but can hurt you on the other. That's just a tricky balance.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Kelly Oubre's checked in for Morris. And so Cunningham nails both of them. Wizards trail by 4. Outside, Wall. They set the pick. He dishes it to Beal. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
Timeout.
Beal's got his first 3 points of the game. And the Pelicans can load up in the middle. They can space the floor. Brent, what do you think suits them the best?
Well, you always look at the matchup first, Kevin, but ultimately a team has to become very confident in what it is that they can do and not concern themselves with the other team. I think they're best at spacing the floor and using Anthony Davis's quickness on the perimeter and in the transition game to really take it at teams.
And let's take a quick look at the numbers for Davis. 2nd in blocks, 6th in scoring, and he's an elite glass eater, a factor inside among the top 10 in rebounds per game.
For New Orleans, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Outside Holiday. Fires the 3. Gortat with the rebound.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And he comes up with the deuce.
A bad shot. Good result.
Wizards trail by 3. Here's Wall. 10 points for him. Outside, Beal. Pass to Gortat. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for Washington.
In the long-range game, a staple for them offensively. It's clear they embrace the value of that extra point, and spacing the floor, something they look to do every time they're on the court.
Here is Wall. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. Shot clock at 6. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. For Washington, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. Then for the Wizards, Jason Smith, he's checked in for Gortat. Satoransky comes in for Beal, and it's Burke in for John Wall. And it's tied up with that one. Brent, the importance of the three-pointer growing and growing. Some worry it's becoming too prominent. What do you think?
I'm enjoying the game. I'm getting a little jealous.
I think everybody is, though. Right?
Yeah, I'm getting a little jealous that I didn't play in this era. But interesting the way that coaches are seeking out the three-point line and in turn trying to create more space for the guys that can do more than just shoot threes, Kevin. So having versatility between 1 and 4, a great screen setter that can roll and command some attention of the defense to suck in the defense. We always talk about the accordion of the defense, bringing them in, pulling them out, and taking advantage. I like the three-point shot. It's here to stay. Just don't mention 4. Don't mention the 4-point shot.
But some are.
Yeah, let's not go there.
And the Wizards with possession, following the score by New Orleans. Screen by Smith. Lets it go from deep. No good on the shot. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
Yeah, they matched up very evenly, and that's not a compliment to either side. Last season was a struggle for both squads, and now they're each looking to turn the corner.
New Orleans shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
In the city of New Orleans, still grappling with the legacy of Hurricane Katrina back in 2005. So much devastation. But, Brent, this city has really come back, and their bounce back has been inspirational.
Well, it has been inspirational, and it continues to inspire people around this city to great, great heights. And what the Pelicans have in front of them, Kevin, could really bring a sense of confidence and community to New Orleans in some huge ways. Anthony Davis has a lot on his shoulders, but could go down as one of the most influential athletes in Louisiana.
Now Porter, after Monty Eunice's three-pointer wouldn't go. That one's not going to go. Evans with some nice D. Frazier outside. Back to Evans. Screen by Jones. Three-pointer. Washington with the rebound. Smith kicks to Burke. Pass to Satoransky. The 3. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Moore passes to Evans. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And former Rookie of the Year, Brent, Tyreke Evans, known for his offensive game, but how good of a defender do you think he can be?
Well, he can be as good a defender as he wants to be, Kevin. It's about the effort on that end and not really focused on the numbers offensively. He's got all the tools, a huge frame, and a massive 6'11" wingspan, which makes him a great rebounder. So for Tyreke Evans, this is about sustained focus. Just think about Tyreke Evans and his versatility playing the 1 through 3 spot. I think point guard, though, Kevin, might be his best position. So dominant physically down there, not only off the bounce, but can go down and post up. That's where he makes the most of his production.
And both free throws good for Evans. And Brent, you remember back in Memphis, Tyreke Evans had the ball in his hands, playing at the point guard spot. You think he's finding his way back there?
Well, it's pretty clear that's what he wants to do in the league. You remember in Sacramento, one of the few rookies to ever average 25-5 in his rookie season. An impressive year there. But it's about improving his shot and now playing a different role when you're alongside other stars.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for the Wizards. Now off the inbound, Oubre, good. Oubre's got 5 now.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
And he's not a guy you can give open looks to. The D has to be better. Got to learn a lesson there.
Now here's Monty Eunice. He had 10 points in the win against San Antonio. There's a screen by Monty Eunice. Takes a 3. And it's Evans missing.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Well, that happens sometimes. The ball just does not go down. But I'll tell you what, he'll take that shot every time.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
Now, tonight they are here to compete. This is what the fans paid their money to see.
Got a piece of it. Oubre with the steal. To the wing on the left. 18 feet out. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And it's a 3-point Washington lead. New Orleans has gone a meager 1 of 6 from 3-point land since we got started tonight. Jones kicks to Evans. New Orleans moving it around. Six to shoot. The feed to Monty Eunice. Rebound by Smith.
He looked like he was in rhythm to shoot that one, guys, especially as open as he was. Just clanged it.
On the wing, Thornton. Covered by Evans. They set the pick. It's stolen by Frazier. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Evans trying to get open. A shot by Frazier, no good. Wizards leading by 3. Satoransky the pass to Burke. Screen by Smith. Feeds it to Thornton. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Burke. Here's the 3. Nice D from Frazier. Moore dishes to Evans. Trying to get back on track, and he nails the jumper.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Wizards lead by 1. From New Orleans, back in a moment. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age.
She definitely put the ball in my hands. She's the one who taught me my form, my follow through, and And still to this day, she yells at me if I miss a shot. So she's kind of a perfectionist, and she definitely taught me how to shoot. She can shoot it, and she still to this day thinks she can shoot better than me.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
To be sure. I'm just not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking once she beats them in a game of horse.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yeah, you see they're attacking from all angles and carving out position in the paint, racing in from the perimeter. You have to box out everyone.
So on the floor for Washington, Morris pairs with Gortat down low, Thornton out there with Wall, and it's Beal in at the 3. Davis kicks to Moore. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. Moore's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Pelicans. Washington trailing.
Alvin, one of the best in the league at drawing up plays to free up a shooter. He's been doing that his whole career.
Outside, Wall. Goes up on the wing, and he overshot that one, missing. The Pelicans shooting 43% for the game. And Brent Gentry usually leads the league or is right at the top of it in terms of points out of timeouts for coaches.
Well, it may sound like a silly stat, Kevin, but you think about it, when it is that coaches call these timeouts, usually they're either losing momentum or the other team is, and to come back with a play that gets you an efficient, good look at the basket for a score, that's impressive stuff.
It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Now here's Davis. His last outing, 16 points for him. There's a screen by Modi Yunus. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. And we've got a moment now to check out the Eastern Conference standings and see where everyone is sitting as things begin to settle down just a bit through the midway point of the season. Look at Cleveland. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And checking out Washington, 5.5 games behind.
And seeing where Washington is, they weren't really being talked about as contenders coming into the season, but they have entered that conversation.
They're in the thick of it, and I think they got an attitude that's well suited for the pressure and intensity of playoff basketball. So when the postseason arrives, look out for this team.
Thornton, that's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got 4 assists in the game. Pelicans trail by 3. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Moore outside. Modi Yunus a screen on Thornton. In the corner, it's Galloway. For the 3, cans it from downtown. Galloway's got the game tied up here for the Pelicans.
Not a lot of talk going on defensively. That's a good shot for him.
Thornton passes to Wall. Back to Thornton. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Davis kicks to Modi Yunus. There's the dish to Moore. Modi Yunus a screen on Thornton. Galloway, no good. Wizards have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Wall draws the double. Tipped away. Moore with the steal. It's deflected. It's stolen by Wall. That's good from Beal on the assist from Thornton. Beal's got 5 points so far.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
That's how you draw it up. Each guy doing his part. Beautiful fast break.
Now here's Davis. He's a player that you can only hope to slow down as he averages nearly 28 points a game. No good from Moore. Wizards have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Wall dishes to Beal, and it's sent back by Hill. Davis in the corner. Hill kicks to Moore. Davis against Gortat. 6 to shoot. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Shooting one.
Phenomenal strength there by AD to take the hit and finish that one.
Dante Cunningham's checked in for New Orleans. Holiday comes in for E'Twaun Moore. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Washington. For New Orleans, they have been at their finest 4 at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. We know the household names, LeBron, Curry, but for your money, who are some of the more underrated players in this NBA?
You know, one guy that I love to watch, especially when it comes down to the fourth quarter time, Kevin, is Kemba Walker in Charlotte. Over the past couple seasons, he's been one of the best clutch performers in the NBA. So if my league pass is on, I'm watching some Kemba Walker.
That's a good name. What you like about Gortat is that, Greg, he doesn't have a lot of limitations in his game.
Yeah, and with Gortat, his versatility is what makes him valuable. He can face up and hit a J or play with his back to the basket. Has the speed and strength to stay with all types of centers in the league.
And that one misses. The Pelicans trail. Right side Holiday. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, nice work from Drew Holiday to get close, but it was his length that allowed him to get that shot over the D.
The Wizards have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Holiday against Wall. To the middle, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. We see a chart here for the shooting performance so far.
And there isn't a whole lot of positives that you can take away from his performance from the mid-range game so far. A lot of chances have come up empty for him, but he seems intent on taking jumpers out there. Something's got to give.
New Orleans gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Hill with it. Now guarded by Porter. Hill passes to Holiday. Davis sets a screen. New Orleans moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. And he banks in the layup. Now it's a 3-point Pelican lead.
Well, when Davis can get that kind of position down low, those kinds of looks are pretty much golden.
There's a screen by Gortat. Beal gets a wide open look. The Wizards with another miss.
You know, looking at his release and his form, it just seems like something is off, and it's affecting both his shot and, at this point, his confidence.
There's Galloway. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Cunningham gets the bucket.
That's just superb work from Dante Cunningham, pounding his way down in the paint and getting the easy look.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Fields checked in for New Orleans. So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Well, take your breather, but then come up with a game plan or a set that produces something high percentage. Let's get back on track.
And now a quick look at some very potent men in the middle lately. Highest scoring big men in the past 10 games. 5th on the list, Anthony Davis.
That's as scary a collection of big men as you'd want to see. I mean, game planning for any of them is a challenge because you know how much defensive attention you're going to have to devote to them.
Well, you're building a team. The foundation starts here. Big men who can dominate a game offensively in the low post. Every franchise would like to have one. And this is the cream of the crop.
The Wizards have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
One shot.
free throw good for Morris. Here's Holiday. A 23-point game for him in the win against San Antonio.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. Couple blocks in that game as well.
The three-pointer is right on target. Holiday's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pelicans. Outside, Wall. Morris a screen. Now here's Wall. 10 points for him. Buries the long-range jumper. 8 points for Beal.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Well, we have mad bombers on both of these teams, each one bringing it from the depths.
Now here is Holiday. 7 points in the game. He kicks to Heel. Davis setting the pick for Heel. And the shot falls short this time.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, you want your guys to attack with confidence, but that's just a bad look.
Wall against Holiday. Wall, no luck.
Well, that's a shot right there he's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't make.
Heel dishes to Davis. Shot left block. Gortat with the defensive effort. Wizards have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Wall against Holiday. And Wall kicks to Gortat, and Davis sends it back.
Phenomenal defense by Anthony Davis to spike that shot back. He'd make a heck of a volleyball player.
Here is Cunningham. Kicks it to Heel. Morris with the rebound.
Yeah, thought process was after he hit that first 3, he'd be in great shape, but he looks way off right now.
From about 16, another miss by Gortat. The Pelicans have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. And there's the foul. It's going to go on Solomon Hill. That is his first foul of the game. New Orleans making some changes here. Terrence Jones is checked in for Davis, and Tyreek Evans is subbed in for Solomon Hill. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Smith checked in for Gortat. Kelly Oubre comes in for Morris. Satoransky's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Trey Burke subbed in for John Wall. 11 feet away, Oubre can't get it to go. New Orleans gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, the league and NBA teams have become much more aware of protecting players' health, and they're finding out that rest and sleep are a huge part of that. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said medicine and science have improved, and thought processes do as well. He said in the old days, guys played 48 minutes. Well, we've made advances. We don't go backwards with this stuff. We go forwards. And guys, that's why they want their players off their feet as much as possible.
Good report, DA. Thank you. Here's Satoransky. 9 points last game out. He feeds it to Burke, the 17-footer. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Holiday, the pass to Jones. Took him no time at all on that one. And it's a 7-point New Orleans lead.
That's what you want to work for, a high percentage look from deep.
Evans with the steal. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Evans. How his last 10 games have gone. He's right around 13 points a night, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. What do you think of the growth of the three-point shot as a weapon, Brent? Some have suggested that during the All-Star weekend, the three-point shootout should be the final event instead of the dunk contest. What do you think?
Well, I got a great idea. I really think they should expand the three-point shootout into 16 guys playing, and then you hand out a little bracket so all the fans can participate and fill it out.
That's a great idea.
So you go from 16 to 8 and then 8 to 4, then have the dunk contest, and then come back and let those 4 shoot it out. So you could kind of split it up a little bit and make the three-point shootout the last thing that you see. I'm on board with it.
Sounds good.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
And this is where genetics may come into play, using that height, especially to get off the mid-range jumper.
Now here's Frazier. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Passes it to Jones. Another shot, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to go on Trey Burke.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Two shots.
That's good from Cunningham.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And so Cunningham nails both of them. Wizards trail by 9. Burke kicks to Satoransky. Back to Burke. 1:58 left to play here in the half. Satoransky, the pass to Smith. Good D by Jones.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And Washington has possession. Following the three-pointer by Buddy Hield. Here's Burke. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Jones has got 5 rebounds tonight. Frazier outside. Shoots from the corner, and it's good off the back rim and in. Evans has got 11.
Well, a good first quarter, good second. This could be a big night.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Now here's Hield. He has 6. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Monty Eunice is checked in for Dante Cunningham. And a change for the Wizards. Thornton's checked in. And that one falls for Jones. Wizards trail by 15. 44 seconds left in the first half of the game. And here is Burke. 9 points last game out. From deep, Thornton. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got 3 assists tonight. New Orleans with the ball. They're on a 17-7 run. It's Evans on the wing. There's a screen by Monty Eunice. Evans kicks to Frazier. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good. And the Pelicans making a change here. Moore's checked in. And Frazier drops them both. Wizards trail by 14. Now Thornton. He's got 5. From deep. And again, Washington with the triple. And we finished one half of basketball. Pelicans on top, up 11. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Bradley. The old saying, no rebounds, no rings. How important is it to continue to have 5 guys go to the glass in the second half?
Yeah, all five guys. But I think we're too worried about getting out in transition. So I think 1 through 5, including the guards, we all got to get in there and rebound.
You can't score unless you have the ball, right? Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. A surprise, so far at least. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. They're in a terrific position now thanks to their flawless execution in the second quarter. Some excellent work offensively now has them up 11 at the break. What did you think, Shaq, about New Orleans?
Well, they're getting high percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They are definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has them having the lead at the halftime.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Wizards.
Well, it's good to be physical, but there's a line that you don't want to cross. You can't constantly give up free throw chances by fouling guys too aggressively. You have to get back in this game by staying poised, smart, and avoid fouling.
And that about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. Yeah. I think Kevin Harlan should call the second half. How about you?
I agree.
Yeah, just like he did the first half.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. It's been one outstanding game from Tyreke Evans.
And how about his scoring in that first half? He just looked like a different player today, really on point.
Yeah, I think the defense gave him a little extra room early on. He got hot, and now they can't cool him down.
Here's Wall. Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Hield team up in the backcourt. Cunningham is out there with Hill, and it's Davis in at the center position. And Holiday kicks to Cunningham. It's stolen by Morris. There's the pass to Porter. And it's Beal in the corner. Fires for 3. Porter, no luck.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Davis sets a screen. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Rebound, Washington. Porter's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Dishes at the wall. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Pelicans leading by 11. And you look at John Wall, perhaps the only thing as fast as his feet are his hands.
And it shows up in his career steal numbers. I mean, Wall is always good to come away with a handful of takeaways every game.
Here is Wall. following the score by New Orleans. Outside, Beal, the three. It's Cunningham with the rebound. Cunningham's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And no connections yet so far, guys. 0 for 3 from the field.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Wizards trail by 15. All with it. He's got 10. And he makes good on the layup. Wall's got 12 points in the game.
Well, they missed their first 3 shots, and after that maybe they'll get some air underneath their wings a little bit.
To the middle. Right block shot, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's going to go on Markieff Morris. That's good from Cunningham. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Wizards trail by 14. Morris a screen. Morris with the screen for Wall. Right side Beal. Clock at 6. Takes a 3. Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 11.
The pick definitely could have been better. Didn't fully commit to it, but it was still just enough to get his teammate enough room to knock down the shot.
Here's Hield. That misses off the backboard. The Wizards have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Porter dishes the Wall. Pass to Beal. Morris a screen. Beal up top. He's got 11.
And one of the things I love about Bradley Beal is he is a consistent shooter of the deep ball. I mean, always seems to hover around that 40% mark from beyond the arc. And ever since he's come into the league, that has been the case. And he's also improving in the other areas in terms of his ability to attack and get to the rim and playmaking. The only question for me is, can he find a level of consistency in terms of his health? That's been the only detriment to his game.
And the second free throw, good. Pelicans leading by 10. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Hill kicks to Davis. It's back to Hill. He dishes it to Heel. 5 to shoot. Tries to keep it alive. Cunningham's shot is off. And with Beal, he's been as consistent as they get since entering the NBA. Always shoots at a decent clip from wherever he is on the floor.
And consistency is an aspect of a player that is often overlooked in the grand scheme of things. You know exactly what a player like Beal is going to give you every night for every season.
Now here is Davis, following the miss by John Wall. Holiday, the pass to Davis, and it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Langston Galloway's checked in for New Orleans.
And you love the story of Buddy Hield. Grew up in a very rough neighborhood off 8 Mile Rock in the Bahamas. The 5th of 7 children, a very humble upbringing. He made his own basketball hoops out of plywood and plastic crates when he was a kid.
Time call here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And a chance now to review the shot chart.
And the story of the game for him has really been painful. I mean, he's tried to get things going, but for whatever reason, between the defense and just his rhythm tonight, the touch just hasn't been there.
Picked off in midair. Here's Davis. Whoa!
Look out. And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Exactly. They get out quickly, executed to perfection.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. And so it's Washington with it. The Pelicans make their last shot. Back to Wall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries from 10. And Davis sends it back.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Well, the defense ready for him there in prevent mode, making sure that he didn't get a clean look at that layup.
Now here's Wall. He's got 12. Yep, it counts. Gortat's got 8 points. New Orleans leading by 13. Here's Galloway. Down low, Davis. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Marcin Gortat. And you look at Anthony Davis's offensive game, a very capable ball handler. But you know what, Brent? He scores best playing off the ball sometimes, catching and making plays inside.
Well, I love his decision-making right there in that instance because he rarely takes bad shots. Maybe one of the most underrated parts of his game is that he just doesn't turn the ball over very much. And for a high usage rate guy, that's impressive stuff.
And both free throws good for Davis. Wizards trail by 15. There's a screen by Gortat. Wall dishes to Gortat. Pass to Porter. And there's the feed to Morris. Just 5 on the clock. Puts it up from 12. It's Cunningham with the rebound. Cunningham's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Beal against Holiday. In the corner, it's Galloway. Davis sets a screen. Feeds it to Holiday. They set the screen. Good on the triple. He's got 12.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
And Wall kicks to Morris. Looking for Wall. He gets it there. And the shot goes in.
I mean, he was great in his last game. Clearly, he has not lost that love and feeling.
You can see the focus there. His desire is evident. All hugs and kisses right now.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 12. Davis with the bucket.
He's given them a little bit of everything this quarter, but his scoring has been absolutely dominant.
Now here's Wall. Outside, Beal. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. The Pelicans 4th.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
And so here is New Orleans. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Cunningham kicks to Galloway. There's the screen. The dish to Davis. The kick out to Holiday. Hill has the open look. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got assist number 5 here tonight. Washington calls timeout.
Start it.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Terrence Jones is checked in for Anthony Davis. Monte Eunice comes in for Cunningham. Tyreek Evans is checked in for Solomon Hill. And it's E'Twaun Moore checking in for Drew Holiday. Screen by Smith. Shot off the screen. And there's Burke. That's good on the assist by Oubre. Burke's got his second basket of the game. Here are the Pelicans with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Jones, the pass to Galloway. And stolen by Burke. And Satoransky kicks to Smith. And Burke has it in the corner. Back to Smith. Thornton against Evans. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Burke. And a miss there on the triple.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Drops in the tray.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
From outside the arc. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here to check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. Take a look at the Warriors. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. And checking out New Orleans. Just need to take it a game at a time.
And, you know, for the Pelicans, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
It's got to be frustrating for them so far this year. Anytime it's appeared that they're ready to break out, they've suffered some sort of regression, and it has them stuck right there in the middle of the standings.
That free throw, no good. Frazier, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. Good on the second free throw. Washington has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Here's Satoransky. He kicks it to Burke. Smith right side. Satoransky, the pass to Smith. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Smith's got 8 points.
A nice pass in close quarters. Sometimes those can be tricky.
And Moore kicks to Evans. Outside, Jones. He feeds it to Moore. Frazier dishes to Monte Eunice. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. He has 7.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Burke kicks to Oubre. Screen by Smith. Passes it to Oubre. Here's Satoransky. Kicks it to Burke. Lets it go with a 3. They get it back. Second shot opportunity. It's stolen by Jones. Evans passes to Monte Eunice. No good on the triple.
Yeah, he is struggling mightily, but his teammates in this one have picked him up.
Here's Satoransky. That shot missing. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Monte Eunice kicks to Jones. Moore in the corner. Screen by Jones. The pass to Monte Eunice. Lets it go with a 3. Washington with the rebound. Down low. In the corner, Thornton with it. Dishes to Burke. Screen by Smith. Tyreek Evans comes up with the rebound.
The defense arrived just in the nick of time to throw him off there. So fortunate he missed that one, guys.
Frazier with a screen on Thornton. Moniunas kicks to Frazier. Jones in the post. He's against Smith. From deep. No good there. Washington has gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. And again, Washington no good.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Here's Satoransky. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Satoransky's got 6 points.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
Well, even a dentist would tell you that's a sweet move for that lay-in. And yeah, you got to love his tenacity.
Evans kicks to Frazier. Another miss by Frazier. Wizards shooting under 40% all in all for the game. And here is Burke. He averages about 5 points a game. Smith with a screen on Frazier. Burke can't get it to go.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
And even though he's been on a roll tonight, that one was a bit forced.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Pelicans ahead, running away with it. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Hey, let's keep it up, guys. Just keep running, though. We can get out in the open court and run all we want, all right?
Alvin Gentry satisfied with some of what he's seeing, but would like his guys to pick up the pace.
And there have been some opportunities in transition that they have yet to capitalize on. It may have cost them some points.
And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. So on the floor for Washington, Morris pairs with Gortat down low. Wall out there with Satoransky, and it's Beal in at the 3 slot. A lot of international players coming to the NBA. Brent, the number have reached triple digits, about a quarter of the league now from overseas.
Amazing that NBA scouts and general managers continue to comb the globe to try to find the best available talent, and it still speaks to what it is that those club systems in the European countries are able to do with their younger players.
And I always think of the old coaches would go overseas, hold these camps, and get these kids at a very young age and teach them the principles of basketball.
And a lot of coaches, Kevin, are still looking at the fundamental elements of the game, and it seems like the European players are the ones that they always point to that are ahead of where we are here in the States.
There's a screen by Gortat. 3-pointer. Beal can't get it to go.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Holiday dishes to Davis. Hield kicks to Moniunas. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Satoransky the pass to Wall. He dishes it to Gortat. And Satoransky kicks to Wall. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Satoransky. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Davis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Davis setting the pick for Holiday. And here's Hill for 3. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 6 assists now in the game. All with it. He's picked up by Hill. Right side Wall. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession.
Look, you just don't like turnovers ever, but they happen. Hopefully they'll learn from that mistake.
Some changes for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Anthony Davis. Diallo comes in for Moniunas. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Drew Holiday. And so it's New Orleans with it. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Here's Galloway, covered by Wall. Galloway with the bucket.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Well, they've been on a roll ever since the break. Doesn't seem to matter whether the shots are open or there's a hand in the face.
And Wall kicks to Nicholson. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Here's Hield. On offense, here are the Pelicans. They're on a 10-2 run here. Pass to Galloway. Well, when some things go wrong, Brent, with a team, you often hear about a players-only meeting. I'm sure you've been through a couple of those. What exactly goes on in those meetings?
It's always interesting the location of some of those meetings,
really?
Kevin, I can tell you. Yeah, depending on if you're at home or if you're on the road, you're going to cram 14 7-footers into room 605 and have a discussion and a heart-to-heart talk about where your season is headed. But it's interesting to hear sometimes who speaks up in those meetings. Everybody's looking towards the star player, the guy that carries the most load, but sometimes the most impressive voice and the one that has the most impact can come from some strange places, some interesting places and with interesting perspective.
Is it only relegated to bad teams, or have you been on good teams that have had players-only meetings?
I've had both, Kevin, and it's interesting when teams are having some success and call a players-only meeting how much you get down to the details of what your season represents. If it's a bad team, we're talking about reestablishing the entire civilization of what's going on around you. But on a really good team, it could be about something very, very specific to your offense, to your defense, or your approach to the games that you want to just clear up because there are greater things at stake.
Brent, I know you like the NBA D-League, growing to over 20 teams this season. Every team now will have their own D-League affiliate. It makes so much sense on so many levels.
I think it's awesome that we're going to eventually get to 30 teams in the D-League so that every coach has the opportunity to develop his players. You're going to have an assistant coaching staff and a head coaching staff at the D-League that's using the same exact language that you're going to hear if you move up and get 10 days with the big ball club or eventually sign a contract for the rest of the season. That fluctuation for players and for the franchises is going to be very, very beneficial.
The quality of the player coming up through the D-League now has never been better either.
No, he's had some great success stories with D-League players coming up and playing some important roles throughout the course of the regular season. But these affiliations, Kevin, directly with the big ball club are going to pay some huge dividends.
Oh, that's blocked. Commissioner Adam Silver mentioned at some point they'll look at potentially expanding the NBA draft to 3 rounds. It's been that before in 1988. It used to be, 6-7 rounds?
That's correct.
A long time ago, Brent. Should the league go back to a 3-round draft?
Why not?
But how about some of these names deep in the second round? These are kids that get cut immediately.
Well, you don't have to watch it, Kevin, but it'd be good for the league to have 3 rounds.
But we love the league, so of course you watch it.
Yeah, and you think about the hundreds of potential players that can make the NBA, certainly be on a summer league roster so that the teams can evaluate them over the next 3 months before the NBA season gets started. So why not 3 rounds?
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Washington making a change here. Porter's checked in. And he can't hit the second.
They're not doing themselves any favors with their free throw shooting this half.
Here's Galloway. The shot will not fall. Now Washington takes it the other way. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. And Wall kicks to Nicholson. Another shot. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Frank, you think about free throws, getting a shooting foul is one of the best outcomes offensively for most players, and we've got guys in this league that can really do it well.
Still one of the most important aspects, Kevin, of an offensive thrust is to show the officials during any game that you're willing to attack the rim and go in there with fearlessness. Most of those guys end up getting to the free throw line and shooting very effective shots. You're always looking for 1 point per possession, and if you can step to the free throw line with nobody around you unguarded and knock a couple down, it benefits your team.
How often, though, do you think that's the best shot as opposed to driving, drawing a couple defenders in there, then kicking it out?
Well, I think
what the analytics would say on that.
Well, I think you have to be really selective on who it is that you're kicking it out to. But certainly the free throw is one of the most important shots in the game of basketball. And usually the most aggressive team is going to shoot more on a nightly basis.
Hield kicks to Galloway. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Out to the wing. Now Hield.
Yeah, I know the shot's been off just a smidge tonight, but he's contributed in other ways to help his team have the lead in this game so far.
From 13, and the jumper is good. Nicholson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Ajinça kicks to Hield. There's the pick. Galloway, the pass to Diallo. And I saw a study recently, Brent, that home court advantage isn't what it used to be.
Well, home court advantage is about a point to a point and a half. I read that very same article, Kevin. So it's interesting.
You sent it to me. You remember that? You sent that article
to
me.
You read the things I sent
to you. Of course I do. When you send it, it hits the priority list. Yeah.
That's a first. So what I like about it, Kevin, is the fact that the three-point line is really changing that huge disparity between what it is that a home court advantage used to be and what it is now. Still vitally important, I think, for young teams throughout the course of the regular season to get themselves in a position to have home court advantage. As slight as it might be, it is still one.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Davis comes in for Alexis Ajinça, and it's Solomon Hill in for Diallo. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
Yeah, the defense has not provided any threat to stop him out there, so it should come to no surprise that he continues to attack the basket.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Holiday's checked in. And Washington has possession. Beal's shot is good.
In that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
Now here's Hield. He's tightly guarded. Wall against Holiday. And again, no good by New Orleans. And the Wizards with possession. A 14-2 run over the last bit. Outside, Beal. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. You look at the elite players in the NBA, a much more tight-knit bunch than maybe in decades past, Brent. Not as much animosity as we used to see between players on different teams. Do you agree with that? And maybe more importantly, why is it different now than it was then?
We always talk about the AAU programs and what it is that these elite players are offered up in terms of their early stages of development, Kevin. When you're in 6th grade and you know somebody from D.C. is friends with somebody in Oakland because they get to see one another throughout the course of the AAU programs over the summer and where these tournaments are held, it's understandable that the elite players in the NBA are going to have relationships that exist before they get there. So I don't have any problem with it whatsoever.
Shot's good.
And just a little bit ragged defensively.
Shot's good.
Not one of their better efforts,
Shooting
as
one.
you can tell by the score. They've been low energy for most of the night.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And Washington has possession. All with it. Morris a screen. Here's the floater. Goes back up. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Free throw good for Morris. And Morris drops them both. And you often see players talking with an official after a call or an on-call. Were you ever able to make headway with the ref by talking to them after a play, whether you agreed, disagreed, or whatever?
Well, the biggest part about it, Kevin, it's all about your approach. So if you walk up to the referees and you're kind and you're courteous, they're going to listen to what it is that you have to say. So it's all about your timing and your approach with the officials to point out something that may be happening in the game or a trend that you see in the early part of the game, just to draw their attention to some of that action during the course of a period.
Did coaches always make players aware of who is officiating and what to look for?
I really never had a coach in a pregame meeting, Kevin, come in and mention the officials who were reffing that game that night. Never happened in my career.
How's that for a quick possession?
He did not hesitate one bit. Great explosion.
The Wizards have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Morris with the screen for Wall. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Wall's got 6 here in this quarter. And Holiday kicks to Cunningham. Here's the screen. The 3 from Hill. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Morris a screen. Outside, Beal fires the 3. Hill pulls it in. Hill's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Holiday. Cunningham kicks to Holiday. You know, Brent, injury is a part of the game, but the league is being proactive, creating research partnerships with major medical companies to look at reducing stress-related tendon issues, concussion research, all of it being, I think, now looked at by the NBA and the medical side of the league.
I love the fact, Kevin, that they're using modern-day technology, not just after it is that an athlete gets injured in order to perform a procedure medically to get him back on the floor sooner. Really what NBA teams are investing in is preventative medicine, being able to gauge what it is that players are putting themselves through, the stresses on their body, both mentally and physically, and being ahead of the curve with regards to making sure they prevent these injuries from even happening in the first place.
The science is amazing, isn't it?
Well, I was more of a math student, but yes, science is amazing, Kevin.
Washington has gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And the wide open shot from Morris. Here's Porter. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Pelicans.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off. And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Davis.
Well, his defense around the hoop tonight played a huge role, intimidated their opponents, and it's really tough to drive into somebody who's covering up the interior like that.
35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Moniunas. And another shot, and it's Marcus Thornton with the foul. That's his first foul.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
Yeah, and good to see that these guys are excited, gave their all, and then some. This is the result of all that hard work.
One shot behind the lanes.
That free throw good from Galloway. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's stolen by Frazier. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The first free throw is good. And Frazier drops them both. Washington with the ball. Now here's Burke. Here's the three. Sinks the three-pointer.
And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, it feels like this one's in the books. The only opportunity left is to try and fix some issues that were exposed tonight.
So we see New Orleans taking the W here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Tariq, what was the focus tonight going into the game?
Just playing hard. We had a meeting today as a team, and we just wanted to come in here and play hard. The energy, that's where it starts from. And we did a great job that tonight.
Team meetings usually a sign of trouble, but it led to a win in your case tonight. Congrats, Tariq. Back to you, Kevin.
All right.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. Superb. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis. He came out of halftime not to be denied. Active, assertive, everyone rallied around his energy.
When he's on his game, Anthony Davis is the best power forward in the NBA. He can run, he can rebound, he can flat out dominate. He's got the perfect skill set for a big man.
He was a threat every time they fed him the ball. He was in attack mode offensively. So much confidence. Wow, unbelievable.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, a spectacular, just great. See you.
Good night.